but very, very willing to compete.
Valenzuela is currently 9th in the north, while itong Muntinlupa is 10th in the south. Let's talk about the last game of the Valenzuela Classic, where they are coming off a victory against the Bacolod City of Smiles. They led by as much as 17 points in the first half, but they had to withstand a huge rally in the second half by Louis Vigil and company, where Valenzuela, they were outscored 40-32 in the last two quarters.
No, they scored 38 points in the paint. That inside game was a good strength for that team, for them to be able to get a victory. Dennis Santos was able to contribute in that last game, and a really good win, especially after Bacolod retooling, putting in a lot of new talents. They were really got challenged in that last game, but still at the end of the day, they were more efficient, they were more aggressive, and everybody chipped in off the bench.
Well, in his return back from a back spasms injury, ito si Dennis Santos scored a season high 29 points in that game para sa Valenzuela Classic to make sure that they get the victory in that game against Bacolod. And we all know how Dennis Santos has been able to transform Valenzuela as long as he's on the court para sa kanila this season. We saw that in the first game, especially against Zamboanga to open the season, and that against Bacolod was his best game of the season. What a way to make a comeback here para sa Valenzuela.
29 points, 26 in the first half. That's why they were able to get a good rhythm entering the second half. And you were saying, Javi, every time he is here para sa Valenzuela, he will always be producing para dito sa Valenzuela. So it's very good to have him back here in this ball game.
Hey, compared to his first time here in the league, he has definitely been a much more different player, getting experience from the 3x3 game that has definitely benefited him here in his comeback dito sa ating liga. Ngayon naman, punta tayo sa kabilang panig. Let's talk about the last game of the Muntinlupa Cagers, who are coming off a heartbreaking loss against the Pangasinan Heatwaves. This was a very competitive game where it featured 6 ties and 22 lead changes. No team led by more than 8 points in this game. Unfortunately, in the dying second of that match, Hesed Gabo able to launch and hit from 3-point country to be able to give the victory to the Pangasinan Heatwaves.
That was a sorry loss para dito sa Muntinlupa. They played terrific in that last ball game. They were very, very efficient, 48% from the field goal, but at the end of the day, they just gave up too many offensive rebounds. They gave up 16 to give up 14 second chance points para dito sa Pangasinan. But this is a team that puts in a lot of energy, a lot of young talents, and guys like Flores, Capacio, Marcos, these are guys that are really willing to get that victory today. So I assume that these young guns will be putting in that energy.
But Juanito, I think those 29 bench points, that needs to increase against a very deep Valenzuela squad tonight. That is not going to be enough against this veteran Valenzuela squad. Let's talk about Gabe Capacio, who played his finest game of the season para sa Muntinlupa Cagers, scoring 21 points. He led 5 other guys in double figures in that game para sa Muntinlupa.
Now, Gabe Capacio, slowly but surely, he is now getting that comfort in the Muntinlupa Cager jersey. This is a guy that wasn't really a big-time three-point shooter even back in college. We were his teammates, but now he really worked on his game. Now Gabe Capacio adding a lot more tools in that game, and we're scoring 21 in that last game.
Well, for Muntinlupa, they can only hope that it continues in an upward trajectory para dito kay Gabe Capacio, especially tonight against the Valenzuela Classic. Let's now turn you over to Mr. Richard Tampos.
Channel 53 and on Filipinos Live app. The 2024 Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 6 presented by Extreme. We got the starting lineups first. The Valenzuela Classic VA Cargo. 2-guard number 30, CJ Payawal. Playing center number 25, Ladis Lepalam. At forward number 24, Dennis Santos. The other forward number 10, Mark Montuano. And at 1 guard number 0, the Aquaman, Paulo Hubalde. They are led by the team owner known as the Coach Cressman, Valenzuela City 2nd District, Honorable Congressman Eric Martinez, with Aldrin Morante, assistant coaches, RJ Guevara, Jolly Alar, Kyle Umengan, J.R. Villanueva, coaching consultant Jerry Esplana, assistant team manager J.B. Garcia, team manager Errol Francisco, co-team owner Voltaire Ora. Now, starters for Muntinlupa Cagers, Elberg Paramount. At center number 25, Ryan Arenal. Guard number 24, Gabe Capaccio. At forward number 16, Errol Bongay. One guard number 9, Jasper Cuevas. At forward number 6, McCoy Marcos. The head coach is Mixon Ramos. His assistants are Alex Calweng, Jerry Andalion, Noel Villapa, and John Cabulong. Head of basketball operations, Vince Harder. The team owners are Kaiser and Grace Galvez.
Our starting 5 of the game brought to you by New Star Max. Win to the max. The Aquaman, Paolo Hubalde, joined by CJ Payawa, Ladis Lepala, Mark Mantuano, and Dennis Santos. Para sa Valenzuela Classic, on the other side, it's Jasper Cuevas, Gabe Capasso, Ryan Arenal, McCoy Marcos, and Errol Bongay. Muntinlupa now without the services of their SGL players in Josh Giab and March De Leon, who have now gone back to Coach Luis camp in JRU to be able to prepare for the upcoming NCAA Season 100 Wars. That Ryan Arenal has chosen to stay alongside Jasper Cuevas as well as McCoy Marcos on the side of CSB. Para rin actually sa Valenzuela, Ladis Lepalam also will not be returning to the Blazers for this upcoming NCAA season. So they are now full-time professional players here in the MPBL.
Very interesting in their decision to play pro. They will be facing each other right away.
And that's money in the bank right away para kay Gabe Capasso. That's a shot that he has lived by his entire career.
From high school to college, all the way here in the MPBL, that mid-range has been a specialty of Gabe Capaccio.
Ubalde trying to use his advantage there over the much less experienced Jasper Cuevas. He misses, but good thing Lepalam is there to clean up the mess.
This is such a tall starting 5 para dito sa Valenzuela. Dennis Santos and CJ Payawal, both even longer than their power forward, Mark Montuano.
Cuevas down low to McCoy Marcos. Being guarded there by CJ Payawal. Interesting matchup there at the wing spot. Capasso, another heave from the perimeter. This time it's a little bit too strong coming from the former De La Salle Green Archer. Para po sa kaalaman ng lahat, bago po naglasal si Gabe, naging teammate po namin siya ni Juanito sa UP.
UP, for 2 years, he was part of the Team B program. Siyempre si Gabe po ay isang mabuti rin namin kaibigan. That's why we really are happy for him.
Talaga? That's okay. Yeah. Good friend namin yan si Gabe. Definitely happy to see him.
Happy.
Yeah, thriving right now here para sa Muntinlupa. That's why, you know, the way I said that his numbers should go in an upward trajectory. It's not only for their team, but, you know, also for us. We love to see him succeed dito sa ating liga.
Played side alongside the warden, Dave Moralde, who is sitting today, nursing an injury.
Sayang, di sila nagsabay today.
Could have been a good reunion for us.
Oo, nandito pa naman yung isa nating teammate, si Aaron Lina. Watching in the stands tonight here at the Brenzigiao Convention Center. 3-2 is the score. Almost 2 minutes gone by here in the first quarter. Capasso gets the handoff. McCoy Marcos fakes the 3, drives left. Mantuano is right there as the brick wall to try and stop. Ito si McCoy Marcos. Unfortunately, he will be called for the personal.
I really like that pitch post action on McCoy Marcos. This guy can pass, this guy can post up, but he can also score when needed. So he's a really good option to be able to give that ball to para dito Cagers.
McCoy Marcos has gone on to be the leading scorer for Muntinlupa this season. And his experience with the Cagers has definitely added more good qualities to a blossoming professional career. Dito sa Muntinlupa, minsan pinapaglaro siyang point guard.
Yes. He can play the 1, can play the 2, can play the 3. I've even seen him play the 4 just for a few minutes, just really showing the versatility in the game of McCoy Marcos.
Marcos had 17 in their last game against Pangasinan. They get a stop here. Capasso with a rock. Looks inside and decides to go to the corner to Cuevas. Bongay hands it off to McCoy. Marcos looks at the shot clock. 10 remaining on the 24 here para sa Muntinlupa. Cuevas defended by the much longer, much taller Dennis Santos. Cuevas leans in, that's swatted away. Access denied by Dennis Santos.
That was terrific defense played by Valenzuela in that last possession. All of the options were closed down. They were able to switch, they were able to recover. Good stop.
However, they left McCoy Marcos wide open. Good thing for them, Marcos did not hit anything on that outside shot. Coach Mixon Ramos telling his boys, sige, bawi tayo sa next play. Let's play some defense here. They're up by 1, 4-3. How do you think Paulo Hubalde, Mark Montuano, and later on Cyrus Baguio has transformed this Valenzuela team, especially at this point of the season where teams have retooled, they have gotten new pieces, and they have already assessed kung ano ba yung mga dapat nilang i-improve.
It's the winning energy that they add. You know, these are already certified winners in all of basketball. And they just bring that experience, that really that energy, and of course, yung kanilang poise in really having that winning energy. And you see how Paulo Hubalde handles that basketball, how he makes his players move inside the court. Yan yung mga kailangan ng Valenzuela, and you know, just their veteran experience adding on to this talented Valenzuela. This is going to be very crucial towards the latter part of the season.
He adds depth to an already deep point guard rotation para kay Congressman Eric Martinez that also features Andrea Armenion and Daryl Manliguez. By the way, both of those guys part of our leading assist men in the league. Marcos drives left, trying to finish with the right. Gets the foul there against the Valenzuela defense. That's going to go against Ladis Lepalam.
Slowly but surely, McCoy Marcos is getting more comfortable with the system dito sa Muntinlupa. We are now seeing him attack more, get more shots up. He was not a scorer to start the season, so it's really good for this young kid to really try and get a lot more shots.
9.3 points per game this season para kay McCoy Marcos. Hard to believe he's only shooting 53.4% from the line considering the amount of times he gets fouled.
That's his dad. Once played for the UP Fighting Maroons.
Oh, really?
Yes. Back, head coach was my dad. That's why I would know.
Sino mga kasabayan niya nun?
Sila Vitor Nice, Abby Santos, Jairo Ibanez, Toti Almeida. So,
Ando na ba si Marvin Cruz nun? Wala pa?
high school. Nasa high school.
Nasa high school si Marvin Cruz.
Yes.
The older brother, of course, of our very own Ant-Man. 6-3 is the count here. CJ Payawal and Valenzuela down by 3 points. Cuevas calling out the play. Arenal sets the brush screen. Cuevas launches from the outside and knocks it down.
Little space to operate, no problem para dito kay Cuevas. Really wanted to take that shot.
Santos with a hand in his face, that's short. Lepalam, all 6'8" of him, getting that offensive rebound and putting it back in. Nine to 5. Marcos directing Capasio to cut inside. There's a foul away from the basketball. It looks like it's going to go against Mark Montuano. If that's on him, that's going to be his second. This three-point shot by Jasper Cuevas, brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Jasper Cuevas, I believe, one of the more underrated point guards that we have here in the league.
Not really mentioned a lot, but he gets the job done para dito sa Cagers.
Of course, who do we have to thank? Siyempre, ang ating colleague na si Coach Louie Gonzalez.
Oh, yes.
Player niya to eh.
Coach Louie, you know, his style, put everybody, give them the opportunities, and eventually everybody will be able to grow. And last year we saw it from AJ Miranda, we saw it with JL De Los Santos, and this year he's doing it once again.
Capasio knocks it down from the baseline. That's also a guy that was once handled by Coach Louie Gonzalez during their time in La Salle.
Already 5 points para dito kay Gabe Capasio.
Dennis Santos will try to get that one back with the three, and he does. Dennis Santos knocking it down from three-point country.
Muntinlupa has been playing a zone this whole ball game. So one thing they have to be careful is the shooting of Dennis Santos, because if this guy is open, most of the time he's making that three.
Valenzuela had 9 threes in their last game against Bacolod. And here they are again. Santos this time puts the ball on the deck. Gives it inside to Reeve Ugsang. However, that pass went through his hands. Ugsang coming fresh off the bench here para sa Valenzuela. Another newcomer from the Abra Weavers. Capascio knocking it down from the corner.
I like that drive by McCoy Marcos. And on the other end, Dennis Santos just too open on that right wing.
He has definitely transformed into a very potent and deadly scorer here in the league. Ito si Dennis Santos. 4 minutes and 31 remaining here in the first quarter. We'll take a short break.
Back at the Brenziguiao Convention Center for your Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, magiging malaking bagay para sa Muntinlupa ang pag-alis nila De Leon at Gia. But like any other team, letting go of SGL players, they need to carry on. Speaking of carrying on, one of the major things that the Cagers learned from that game against Pangasinan was the need to have presence of mind. That Gabo winning shot just led them to that painful loss despite their collective effort. They were at least 5 players who did well in that game. But again, they have to be smarter, especially in end-game situations. Today, they have to work within the system and not just rely on talent. Kasi sabi ng coaches, sa matchup sa tao, talo kami obviously. They want to see more from Joshua Ramirez, Alan Beltran, and Lester Tamayo. Javi Juanito.
Thank you so much, Mika. Well, those 3 players last mentioned by Mika, mga bagong salta dito sa Muntinlupa right after that free agency signing and trade window that we had. Oh, expect these 3 guys to try and bring a bit more para dito sa Muntinlupa, especially in the interior. CJ Payawal scoring from the outside there para sa Valenzuela, cutting this lead down to 3.
Second 3 para dito sa Valenzuela. They have to be able to really maximize on that option, especially now that Muntinlupa is still sticking with the zone.
Elevator screen set up here para kay Ramirez. He can hit that. That's too strong. Ubalde tracks it down. Ugsang nang nagbaba dito para sa Valenzuela. Zone still here being played by the Cagers. Santos goes behind the back. Excellent defense here by Capascio. Forces Santos into a short one. Gets it back but could not get it off the glass.
Good single coverage by Gabe Capascio right there, forcing a stop.
And that's remarkable coming from Gabe. Not really known to be a great defensive player.
Oh, he really improved his game all around, from defense to offense. Even his shooting has improved.
Ubalde leaves it. Santos. Oh, another sorry miss para kay Dennis Santos. He felt like he was pushed. Cuevas leaves it for Tamayo. Sees Ramirez wide open from the corner. Short. 0-2 to begin the game from the outside para kay Ramirez. Payawal trying to muscle his way past the defense of Lester Tamayo, and he gets the foul.
A lot of sorry misses, wide open on both ends for Valenzuela. That's wide open layup para dito kay Dennis Santos, and on the other end, Ramirez was wide open on that right corner.
If you think about it, Santos has already missed his last 3 shots in a span of less than 30 seconds.
That's why he'll be subbed out first by Kong Eric and Coach Alden Morante, who coached Muntinlupa last year.
That's correct. Yes, excellent observation. Thank you for reminding us.
Guys like Chino Mosqueda was in that lineup last year. This is actually a whole new lineup para dito sa Muntinlupa.
Oh, kasi puro bata eh. Magkaroon ng youth revolution dito sa Muntinlupa Cagers.
This is a very young team in the Muntinlupa Cagers. Last year they had JL De Los Santos, they had John Amores.
they added a little bit more experience by getting guys like Lester Tamayo, Justin Alano, as well as Alan Beltran. Kevin Buenaflor, he's a veteran para dito sa Muntinlupa. Misfiring from the outside. Miscommunication on the rebounds play there para sa Valenzuela.
There you go, Coach Aldrin Morante.
Coach Aldrin has been with quite a few teams already here in the MPBL. Already also coached the Bacoor City Strikers a couple of seasons ago. Andre Armenion will now come in para kay Paolo Hubalde. Imagine that. Starting Paolo Hubalde and having Andre Armenion come off the bench. And then at some points of the season, you will see Daryl Manliguez also come off that Valenzuela bench.
One thing you love about that trio is that you can actually switch up a few guys and play the two position. I'm sure Armenion, given an opportunity to score, he has that ability, even Pau. So they can actually play with that kind of lineup.
Galicia is also one of the newest members of the Muntinlupa Cagers. Ang maganda dun sa tatlong point guard na na-mention ko, iba-iba rin kasi yung style of play nila eh.
Yes.
So they can add so much variety when they're on the floor. Kung gusto mo ng mabilis na game, you put Daryl Manliguez. Oh, nice pass! Galicia getting the goggles from Alfred Flores.
Talking about point guards, this is an underrated point guard, slowly making a name for himself here in this league. I'm loving this kid, Flores.
Flores, fresh off, I believe, back-to-back championships in the NCRAA, where he also won MVP honors. And he is responsible for this play of the game, brought to you by Suzuki, finding Jacob Galicia inside. Cagers up by 5, 17-12, 1 minute and 22 remaining in the first quarter. Another look at that magnificent feed coming from Alfred Flores. Mike Machon. Hook shot is good.
That is a specialty of Mike Machon. That post-game, old school yet still effective para dito kay Mike.
Honestly, I really have been seeing a lack of players with very polished post games.
Yes, but Mike still has it. You know, he likes that ball on the down low, has that hook, has that up and under, but needed also has that mid-range. A little bit of a throwback big itong si Mike Machon.
Kasi in this day and age, more often than not, yung mga bigs, pag binigyan mo ng one-on-one situation, ang gagawin na nila face-up moves. Eh.
Yes. Or look for the guys who are moving, but not a lot of one-on-ones that are happening on the post, especially off a back down.
That's why you've been seeing less and less of those hook shots from the low block, as Alfred Flores getting the hoop and the harm. Make no mistake about it, this guy is tough as nails.
He reminds me of a very young, probably a little bit of a Marvin Taiwan, or actually,
wouldn't you say Mark Cruz?
Pwede rin. It's actually a mix, but this guy is very tough. You know, for his age, for his youth, this guy is really making a name for himself. He's averaging 14 points a ball game, 4 rebounds and 3 assists. And what, he's only been playing what, his 4th, 5th game of the season, and he's already made that kind of numbers.
13.9 points per game this season para kay Alfred Flores. However, Muntinlupa gives that ball away. Lock up, defended by Ramirez. Ugsang stretches, another sorry miss inside para sa Valenzuela. 4 seconds left here in the first. Flores realizes it. Flores heaves. Almost, but not quite para kay Alfred Flores. It's been a close first quarter here between these two squads, but it's Muntinlupa who has been maintaining the advantage dito sa ating first quarter.
Youth and energy has been a problem para dito sa Valenzuela. Muntinlupa is out running, out playing, and just putting in more effort in getting this early lead here in the first quarter. 19 big points for Muntinlupa.
Gabe Capacio, one of the guys who set the tone for the Cagers. Para naman sa kabilang panig, it was Dennis Santos trying to pick up from where he left off from that season high 29 points. But Alfred Flores just really a great spark off the bench para dito sa Muntinlupa, delivering and scoring para sa kanyang koponan. They are up by 5, 19-14. Our end of the first quarter score brought to you by GameX, GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX. Check out our fan of the game brought to you by Jinky Skin. Ang ating magagandang dilag dito na feature dito sa ating segment ng Jinky Beauty fan of the game. Live na live po ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipino dito sa Brenzigao sa Fernando, Pampanga. Muntinlupa Cagers entering this second quarter with a 5-point advantage against the Valenzuela Classic. Cyrus Baguio, welcome back to the MPBL, the Philippine basketball legend, making his first appearance this season para sa Valenzuela.
Seems to be in great shape itong si Cyrus.
5 out of 19 from the field for Valenzuela in that first quarter, while it was 6 out of 17 para sa Muntinlupa. Both teams scoring a bit low in terms of percentage, but Lakap trying to increase that para sa kanyang kupunan. 26% in particular for Valenzuela in that first period, while Muntinlupa higher at 35%, but still below average. On the other side, though, Lakap gives up a quick foul after scoring this basket against Kevin Buenaflor. A series of moves, pivots inside, leans in,
Actually
and it
terrific.
fades away. Yeah,
Actually terrific defense played right there, but just a little bit better offense in getting that shot off.
Warlo Batak in the game for the first time, wiggling his way past the defense and gets the roll on the shot.
I was watching this guy in warm-up. He was slamming that ball. So in terms of athleticism and strength, this guy can give it. Just needs a good opportunity. And so far in the second quarter, gets his first two.
Sumusona pa rin dito ang Muntinlupa. They're really forcing and daring Valenzuela to shoot from the outside.
They know the post presence na meron itong Valenzuela. You have Lepalam, you have Mashon, you have Kinyahan. So a lot of guys who can really score from the inside, even Reeve Oksang.
Mike De Los Santos as well. Definite post threat para sa Valenzuela. Papasok na ang isang bagong signing ng Muntinlupa na si Justin Alano. Another guy who can try to shore up the front line for Muntinlupa. Definitely add muscle, physicality, and experience.
Especially rebounding. This guy can really get that rebound.
Another stop para sa Muntinlupa. Here they come. Batak getting the contact. No whistle blown. Throws it up. Galicia gets the offensive rebound but loses it to Cyrus Baguio. Lakap launches. No good. Buenaflor grabs the rebound. Flores gets it to the left side. Batak leaves it for Buenaflor. 3 on the way. Air ball para kay Kevin Buenaflor. Armenian naman ngayon. The handoff, Mashon, one-hander off the back. It's good para kay Mike Mashon.
That's a good draw pass coming from Andre Armenion, getting all the attention. 3 versus 2, finds Mike Mashon wide open.
Second bucket of the game para kay Mike Mashon. We're down by 3. Flores looks for Batak, gets it to him. Warlo to the left side. Buenaflor and Muntinlupa have 3 on their shot clock. Flores short on the floater, offensive rebound. Galicia, though undersized, just really so good at getting those loose balls on the offensive side of the glass.
Right place, right time para dito kay Galicia.
Check out this fast break of the game brought to you by New Star Max. Went to the max. Andre Armenion attracting those 2 blue shirts to give a lot of space for Mike Mashon to get those 2 points.
How smooth was Andre Armenion on that last play. Actually, in general, how smooth does Andre Armenion play? This guy is a really good point guard, textbook in terms of movement, and a really good addition para dito sa Valenzuela.
Armenion has certainly broken barriers throughout his career. He continues to do so after not having a successful stint with Ateneo, transferred to the UE Red Warriors where he finally made the UAAP lineup. And then coming out of college, wasn't really a big name. But lo and behold, here in the league, one of the best point guards that we have. Marcos hooks a pass. Galicia hangs and scores.
Defense to offense. Gotta credit McCoy Marcos in making that stop against Cyrus Baguio, eventually dishing out that assist.
De Los Santos in trouble, gets it back. Gets fouled there. Unnecessary contact para din sa Muntinlupa.
Not the tallest 5 para sa Cagers right here. So I think that Valenzuela will really pound that ball inside, but just going back, look at that pass by McCoy Marcos. We are gonna see that highlight over and over again because I assume that will be part of the top 10.
You know what? I never really saw McCoy Marcos pass like that before. That definitely is a testament to the mounting confidence that he's been getting, playing that facilitator role para sa Muntinlupa.
When you watch him, he plays basic. No, hindi masyadong fancy, but kanina, he just saw the opportunity that all the guys were going to the right. They'll probably give it to the left, and that was the perfect decision for that fast break.
He found an opportunity to feel good about himself and also contribute to his squad, and why not? Muntinlupa up by 5, 24-19. Orlo Batak, a little head and shoulder fake against Cyrus Baguio. Kicks it out to the corner. Marcos attacks. Difficult shot by McCoy Marcos.
Talk about confidence. He just has pure confidence right now. That was against 2. Well challenged, yet he was able to find that layup.
Valenzuela having a hard time getting close here against Muntinlupa. Manligas is in the game for the first time. That was a wild shot. Here comes Flores. Speeding past everybody there, just not the finish para kay Alfred Flores.
The youth energy being brought in by Muntinlupa is really good. Everybody is running, everybody is playing physical defense, and everybody is really wanting to get that win today.
J.R. Quinyahan coming back into the game para dito sa Valenzuela. Marcos off the cut. Excellent inbound play there on the baseline by Muntinlupa.
That's really 8 points para kay McCoy Marcos.
They lead by 9. Almost 4 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. That's good defense by Justin Alano. He dives for it. Marcos leading the break again. Flores tried to lob it to Batak. Could have been an alley-oop para sa Muntinlupa. Unfortunately, Valenzuela getting in the way of that pass. And Marcos drawing another foul here from the Valenzuela defense.
8 points in the first 14 minutes of the ball game. Also 4 assists para dito kay McCoy Marcos.
Well, none of them prettier than that last one we just saw a couple of plays ago, delivering it to Jacob Galicia. So he is scoring and facilitating para dito sa Muntinlupa Cagers. And I believe coming into this season, yan naman talaga ang naging vision nila Coach Mixon Ramos para dito kay McCoy. 11 na ang kalamangan dito ng Muntinlupa. Manligas was up in the air when he made that pass, and he was pushed by Alfred Flores. Therefore, he will be given a personal foul.
So far, not a lot of execution is being played by Valenzuela right here. But you got to credit also the defense of Muntinlupa trying to really limit the options nitong Valenzuela. And now they're going to go back to the post.
Quinyahan against Errol Bongay, pushing him out. That's remarkable effort coming from the big man. Santos couldn't get it from 3. Look at Warren Batak sky for that rebound.
This guy is athletic.
This guy is long. Santos, the fake left hand finish, no good. He forced that one. Could have given up to Daryl Manligas for a much easier shot.
He's had a problem in getting those finishes. That's already the 3rd missed layup para dito kay Dennis Santos here in the ballgame.
Usually a much more better decision maker ito si Dennis Santos, especially in the open floor. Flores, bullseye para kay Alfred Flores.
5 big points already for Flores to extend the lead to 14. Let's watch that once again. Off the handoff, all the way from Muntinlupa. to San Fernando, Pampanga. Flores gets that 3 in.
He did not score from the outside in their game against Pangasinan. He was 0 out of 8 against the Heat Waves, but that is definitely changing here tonight as they are up by 14, 33 to 19. 5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Last game against the Pangasinan Heat Waves, Flores had 13 points, 6 out of 16 from the field. However, he was 0 out of 8. Just as I mentioned earlier, from three-point country, did contribute 6 rebounds and a couple of assists as well. Tonight, so far, doing a little bit of everything at si Alfred Flores.
5 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. With still 5 minutes in the second quarter. This young kid from ICC is really making a name for himself.
Oh, J.R. Quinyahan, hand in the face, no problem there para sa Valenzuela. That was a free throw line jumper near the elbow para kay J.R. Quinyahan. Capascio being pressured heavily by one of the MPBL's legends in Paulo Hubalde. Akoy Marcos launches and misses. There's a foul against Muntinlupa.
They have to have a lot more stops like that if they want to slowly inch their way closer to the lead of Muntinlupa. They're much more seasoned. They have lots of veterans. They just have to be able to show their experience here in this ball game.
Miss from the outside coming from CJ Payawal. Coach Mixon instructing Alfred Flores to slow things up here. Muntinlupa will try and execute in the half court. Good anticipation by Daryl Manligues. He taps it to Hubalde, who goes all the way for the 2 points.
What reaction time by Daryl Manligues. Timed perfectly. Got that swipe. And here he is being cheered by all of his teammates on the bench. Watch that again. Swipe on the big. Tapping it to the wide open teammate. Paulo Hubalde finishing that fast break.
Really mad props to Daryl Manligues for even colliding with Justin Alano. Hindi po maliit na tao si Justin Alano. Alam kong masakit ang naging experience ni Daryl Manligues dun, but it resulted in 2 points para kay Paulo Hubalde and for Valenzuela. 4 minutes remaining here sa ating first half. Up next on the schedule of Congressman Eric Martinez and company, on July 8, they will be facing the Sarangani Marlins. A week after that, the Batang Kankalu in their home floor. And after that, on July 23, they will be going up against the Marikina Shoemasters. Every game is now a must-win, especially for teams like Valenzuela, to try and make a better case for making the playoffs.
Especially in that Northern Division where there are a lot of really talented teams.
Traveling violation call there against Justin Alano. Could have been an easy 2 points para sa kanya. However, that was readily waived by our game officials. So Valenzuela getting successive stops here. Lead down to 10, 33 to 23.
4-0 run, they can extend this run right here and possibly put it to single digits.
Muntinlupa back in that zone. Payawal goes baseline. The kick out to Santos. Dennis Santos has struggled after making that opening shot in the first quarter.
And the threes he is taking, these are open shots. And these are shots that talagang usually tinitira ni Dennis Santos. So he just needs to get his rhythm here in this ballgame.
And it's not just outside, but also inside. He's missed a couple of gimmies here in the first half. Talking about Dennis Santos, Marcos was pushed by Payawal.
Could have been dying shot clock already.
Yeah, one of the most frustrating teams as a defense is when you commit a foul or when your teammate commits a foul with a shot clock going down to 5, 4. Now 14 seconds back on the 24 here para sa Muntinlupa. Marcos pops out of the screen. Arenal nagbalik na sa laro na to. Capascio flares out, three-pointer on the way, bullseye para kay Gabe Capascio.
Execution has been the name of the game para dito sa Muntinlupa. Valenzuela has not been able to adjust. They tried switching everything, but eventually someone was still left wide open on that right wing.
Santos met by 3 blue shirts. Kinyahan will launch from the outside. Payawal able to get the long board. CJ backs down, fades away, short. Oh, but Valenzuela gets it back. Santos wide open, short again.
You see the frustration in the face of Dennis Santos. These are wide open shots.
36-23. 2 minutes and change remaining here in the first half. Bongay gets it on the cross screen. Cuevas up top. Jasper leaves it for Errol. Bongay from the baseline. Arenal gets the tap to himself. Marcos to the right side. Capascio doesn't settle. Capascio one-hander off the back is gone.
Once again, another big game para dito kay Gabe Capascio, already in double digits with 10.
After scoring 21 points to lead 5 guys in double figures in that game against Pangasinan, Gabe Capascio delivering another great performance here. But Jer Kinyan, he also needs to deliver that same kind of game para sa Valenzuela if they are to overcome this 13-point lead. Marcos gets it to Jasper Cuevas. Cuevas to Arenal. Baseline jumper is pure para kay RJ Arenal.
Everything working on the offense of Muntinlupa. Everybody is hungry for this win. Something to prove here in the league. And everybody just shipping in para dito sa Cagers.
And when everybody's hungry, what better way to overcome that hunger by letting everybody eat? That's what Muntinlupa is doing here in the first half. They're up by 15. Our games on Saturday happening at the Paula Gym in Oriental, Mindoro. First time the Tamaraws will be defending their home floor this season. It's going to be an 8 o'clock matchup against the Imo Sagimat. Of course, our curtain raiser will be the Bicolante Oragons versus Batangas City. And at 6 o'clock p.m., the Bulacan Cuyas will be going up against another retooled squad in the Yabra Weavers, who have become scarier and scarier with the way that they have built that roster, adding much more firepower. But, you know, very interesting really the trade that they made for June Manzo, shipping Mac Talio in the process. But I think that the mentality behind it was, you have that many weapons, you need a guy who's going to make sure that everybody gets their fair share.
And June Manzo has really been able to play well here in the season. Was the face of Davao, was the best player for quite a few games. That's why very surprising. But you're right, Javi, he will be able to really control the offense, especially that reunion with Paul Desiderio. It's going to be very, very interesting para sa Weavers.
It was a win-win, that trade para sa parehong koponan, Davao and Abra. Shot clock winding down here. Arenal overshoots the mark. That's going to be a shot clock violation against Muntinlupa.
It's a good stop by Valenzuela. Better adjustment on the defensive end. Was able to locate all of the possible options.
J.R. Sumido, another new signing here para sa Valenzuela, has come on for the first time here for the Classic.
Traded for Oren Katakutan.
Sumido the leading scorer of the league, averaging over 20 points per game. Valenzuela throws it away, botching that opportunity. Coach Aldrin Morante right there on the sidelines, one of the best point guards during his day. .1 seconds ang natitira dito sa ating first half. Some outside shooting being inserted by Coach Mixon Ramos with the entry of Ramirez. Flores circling that pick by Arenal. Gets the basketball here against Daryl Manligues. Capascio with 8 seconds left. Gives it back to Alfred. Flores, what will he do? Flores still has it, loses it. Arenal picks it up. Time runs out para sa Muntinlupa Cagers. And that is gonna be it for our first half of play here between Muntinlupa and Valenzuela.
Very high scoring first half para dito sa Cagers. And as you were saying, Javi, everybody is hungry and everybody is eating. And one guy really stepping up big time is Gabe Capascio. 4 out of 5, 2 of 2 from the three-point line. And this guy has really been the leader of the pack for today's ball game. 10 big points for Gabe.
40 points on 12 assists para dito sa Muntinlupa Cagers. 2 guys already in double figures para sa kanila. Aside from Capascio, McCoy Marcos also has 10 markers. 40-25 our halftime score brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX.
Back at the Brenzigiao Convention Center for your Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. My name is Mika Abesamis, and right now I am joined by Coach Kong, Eric Martinez, of course, of Valenzuela. Kong, I know that you don't like this start. At hindi ito ang umpisa na gusto nyo. Muntinlupa doing a collective effort. Talagang halos lahat po sila naglalabas at nagpapakita dito sa game na to. What do you want to see in the second half?
We have to adjust defensively. They're just moving the ball, setting picks. They've been patient with their offense, so we have to adjust with our defense. I think with our adjustment on defense, makabalik kami. And hopefully we hit our shots.
It's always nice to hear positivity from you, Kong. Meron po ba kayong mga gustong batiyan at pasalamatan?
Our sponsor, syempre, ang VA Cargo, YPS Clothing Trading, Anytime Fitness, Accredited Wellness and Pain Clinic, Metroland Builders, my wife Catherine, and my children, Svetlana, Oksana, and Yelena, and the people of Valenzuela. Laban lang tayo. Babalik tayo second half, and keep on supporting MPBL, the #1 basketball league in the country today.
Maraming salamat. It's always nice to hear from you, Kong. Once again, Coach Kong, Eric Martinez of Valenzuela. Magbabalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
At the half between the Muntinlupa Cagers and the Valenzuela Classic, score is 40-25 after leading by only 5 at the end of the first 10 minutes. Muntinlupa stepped it up even more in the second quarter, outscoring itong Valenzuela 21-11.
It's been a good team basketball para dito sa Muntinlupa. You see the 12 assists. That ball is really rotating for the Cagers. Their efficiency, 45% on their field goals. And of course, the inside points as well, as you see there. 16 plus 6 para dito sa Cagers. Valenzuela really has a lot of adjusting to do for them to be able to mount a comeback here in the second half.
The changing defense of Muntinlupa from zone to man at different points of the game have really prevented Valenzuela from creating a rhythm offensively.
Whenever they get a short runs, a 4-0 run, a 6-0 run, Muntinlupa always has an adjustment for them to be able to still sustain this lead. And sometimes after Valenzuela knocks on the door, Muntinlupa quickly shuts it down. And one guy who's really stepping up big time is Gabe Capascio.
One of two guys in double figures para sa Muntinlupa. Capascio had 21 points in their last game against Pangasinan. On the other side, it's CJ Payawal leading a low-scoring Valenzuela squad tonight with 5 points. Macion, Lepalam, and Kenyan each with 4.
Somebody has to be able to really put in the heart here para sa Valenzuela. On the other end, Capascio has 10, Marcos has 10, Galicia and Cuevas also chipping in with 6 and 5 apiece.
Can Muntinlupa sustain this kind of quality play here in the third and fourth quarters, or will Valenzuela be able to mount a successful comeback? Those are the questions waiting to be answered in just a bit. Third quarter now underway. This is Javi Palanya alongside Coach Juanito Gregorio and Miss Mika Abisamis. Second game of our Thursday triple header here at the Brenzigiao Convention Center in San Fernando, Pampanga. Right after this, we will witness the defending champions take on the Pangasinan Heat Waves in what will be a very important showdown in the Northern Division. Anligues joined by Dennis Santos, Laris Lepalam, Mark Montungano, and Paulo Hubalde to start the second half para kay Coach Congressman Eric Martinez. While on the other side, Muntinlupa beginning things with Cuevas, Arenal, Marcos Bongay, and Gabe Capascio. Marcos wide open to former teammates. Ito si Ladis Lepalam and Makoy Marcos with the CSB Blazers. Manligues gets it to Hubalde. That pass picked off well by Makoy Marcos. Foul given up there by the Aquaman.
Perfect timing from Makoy Marcos. He just knew what the Aquaman was going to do. Read it well and got that steal.
Well, if there's one thing that Makoy Marcos was already known for doing, it's his defense.
Very physical guy who times his steals very well. Once again, showing why he is a trusted defender by Muntinlupa.
Here he is, initiating the offense for the Cagers. Dami pang oras sa shot clock dito para sa Muntinlupa. Cuevas to the corner. Marcos back to Jasper. Cuevas knocks it down from the outside.
Quick swing. Makoy Marcos already had a shot but went for a better shot. And Jasper Cuevas says thank you by nailing the 3.
He now leads all scorers with 13 points in this game. Oh, sorry, that was Jasper Cuevas. My mistake. Cuevas has 8. This is now the biggest lead of the game para sa Muntinlupa at 18. Marcos giving it back. A little ping-pong action between him and Jasper Cuevas. That's our 3-point shot brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances.
You feel the trust. You see the trust. And this is the way that they're playing today. Very youthful team that really trusts each other. At mararamdaman mo yung tiwala nila sa isa't isa. They're already good shots, but they give it up for better shots like that.
Gabe Capascio continues to sharpen his sword from the outside, extending this lead to 21 para sa Muntinlupa. You know, you said this is a youthful squad, but I say this is a youthful squad that is playing with a lot of maturity at this point. Ooh, unsportsmanlike foul whistled against, I believe, RJ Arenal.
Yes, they think they saw an extension, but I don't think it was anything intentional galing dito kay Arenal. Watch that again here. Off the box out. Oh, there might be an elbow.
Yeah, to the neck.
Might be an elbow.
It is an unsportsmanlike foul.
Well, they've been playing physical on the down low. Itong sila Palam tsaka si Arenal. You know, I'm sure even in the NCAA, nagkakatamaan na tong dalawang to. But here, Alan Beltran will be given an opportunity in a Muntinlupa Cager jersey.
Former Quezon Husker, who did not see a lot of playing time with that franchise. Really spent a lot of time in the inactive roster, actually. Ito si Alan Beltran. Well, you know, with that kind of depth and firepower in your roster, it's really hard to get playing time or actually even just be on the active lineup if you're Alan Beltran. So this is definitely a good opportunity for him to showcase his talents playing for Muntinlupa. Ubalde doesn't use the screen, runs into Alan Beltran, welcoming him into the game. First personal agad, laban dito kay Alan Beltran.
That's aggressiveness we need to see from Valenzuela. They've been playing a little slow. They have not been attacking a lot. And they're going for a lot of the shots only on one-on-one situations. So they need to be able to attack more.
That free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. First free throw good there para kay Paolo Ubalde, who has returned to his former squad, the Valenzuela Classic. After starting the season with the Bulacan Cuyas, once upon a time, Paolo Ubalde was the face of this Valenzuela franchise. And his return here continues to sound off the quest for Valenzuela to get their first national championship. Capasso from the outside. Rebound to Dennis Santos. Ubalde pushing it here, leaves it for Manliguez. Manliguez adjusts. Got hit downstairs. Definitely a lot of body contact there against Errol Bongay.
It'll change on the energy by Valenzuela here in the past few possessions. Mas umaatake sila. They're now putting it inside. And you see the guards being a little bit more aggressive, and they've been trooping to the line a lot more here in the last 2 minutes.
And this is what we were talking about in the first half. That look, guard rotation para dito sa Valenzuela. You can put Ubalde and Manliguez together because those two, they can interchange playing the 1 and 2.
Yes, and then right now they're putting Manliguez as the second attacker. So it's Pau trying to create for his teammates, and if nothing's happening, Manliguez has the go signal to attack.
Split at the line para kay Daryl Manliguez, 46-30. This is ang kalamangan ng Muntinlupa. Capasso left wide open again. Oh, that's off to the right. Beltran up fake, blocked upstairs by Mark Montuano, rather. Manliguez, the spinner, Rue could not finish. Cuevas leading the break, bounce pass, Galicia absorbs the contact, no whistle blown. Santos naman ngayon. Ubalde scoops and scores.
Too smooth, too easy para dito kay Paolo Ubalde. And now that they're running, they are able to get a good rhythm for them to make this run.
Trying to give Muntinlupa a dose of their own medicine here as we witness the fast break of the game brought to you by New Star Max. Win to the max. Dennis Santos locating Paolo Ubalde in transition. 6 minutes and 25 remaining sa ating third quarter. 46-32, 14 ang kalamangan dito ng Muntinlupa. Coach Mixon Ramos and the Muntinlupa Cagers will be facing Manila on July 9, Zamboanga on July 16, and 6 days after that, Coach Buds Reyes and the Bulacan Cuyas Muntinlupa currently 10th in the Southern Division. Alang kalaban nila in this game, Valenzuela, they are 9th in a very crowded Northern Division. But both of these teams trying to make a push for the top 8. Montuano will not take the shot. A lot of time on the 24 here for Valenzuela. Ubalde inside. Montuano gets position and was fouled there by Jacob Galicia, who is imploring Coach Mixon Ramos to use his coach's challenge.
All of the shots of Valenzuela in the past 5 possessions are all coming from the inside. Their outside game has not been working. Dennis Santos is struggling from that 3-point line. So a very good adjustment right now for them to be able to get that ball inside.
Lester Tamayo back in the game para kay Coach Mixon. Mark Montuano at the free throw line. 13.3 points per game so far in the Valenzuela jersey para kay Mark Montuano. 4.3 rebounds as well. Coming on over from Diablo Weavers.
That's your part of that Bacoor City Strikers team.
Yep. Did not see a lot of playing time for last season's Southern Division champion. But he was the former All-Star para sa Bacoor City a couple of seasons back. Valenzuela on a 9-0 run here.
And after Muntinlupa had that 6-0 run, the first minute of the third quarter, Valenzuela quickly answers with this 9-0 run.
Cuevas could not hit. Offensive rebound to Jacob Galicia. Alfred Flores is back for the Cagers. Flores finds Marcos at the corner. That's short. Battle for the loose ball. Montuano cocks it behind his head. Gives it up to the wrong man. Marcos trying to feed it to Jacob Galicia, but Ugsang was there to try and deflect that pass. It's going to be a baseline inbound para dito sa Muntinlupa.
Helter-skelter basketball. No options para kay Mark Montuano in that last possession.
At short as well para kay Jasper Cuevas. Lead is 12. Valenzuela with a chance to drop this down to 10, maybe even 9. Montuano, one-hander, no good. Ugsang, wala rin ang putback.
Those are sorry misses. Wide open is Montuano, and wide open is Ugsang.
And Valenzuela has had a number of those missed shots from point-blank range
Maybe in the first
this
half.
game. Yeah. Tamayo drives on Montuano, gets the step. That's definitely a goaltending defensive interference rather, coming from Reeve Ugsang.
Good baseline drive coming from McCoy Marcos. They needed someone to be aggressive on their offensive end as well. And McCoy trying to regain their energy here in the third.
That was Lester Tamayo getting that last basket there para sa Muntinlupa. Former Pasig City player, played under Coach Boyd Fernandez. Manligues now at the basketball. Goes to the left side. Ubalde doesn't settle for the outside shot. Foul drawn here by the Yako man. That's going to go against Lester Tamayo.
The same problem that last possession that they had in the first half. Not a lot of movement, not a lot of options. Only 2 guys holding that basketball. You have to be able to rotate that ball so that the defense will move and eventually someone get open.
Ubalde sinks the first. 7 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists in the game for the Yako man, Paulo Ubalde.
New Jersey, same statistics. Wherever Paulo Ubalde is playing, it's going to be the same old Aquaman providing everything the team needs.
One of the very few players in the league to actually have a triple-double in a game. Ito si Paulo Ubalde. Flores to Tamayo. Backing down Mark Montuano. Tamayo gets it to Ramirez. Flores with 5 on the shot clock. Marcos overshoots the mark. Ball snatched out of the hands of Lester Tamayo by Dennis Santos. Santos puts on the brakes, almost traveled. Ubalde leans in. That was short, and there's a push.
Off-ball push.
That's going to go against Lester Tamayo. Back-to-back fouls para sa kanya. Penalty na dito ang Muntinlupa, so that's going to be 2 shots for Mark Montuano. That will signal Coach Mixon Ramos to insert Justin Alana back in the game.
Muntinlupa is struggling right now because they are playing shorter. No natural big inside, no Arenal. So Valenzuela is seeing an opportunity in really getting those attacks the past few possessions.
Montuano able to take care of business on the first free throw. There you see Congressman Eric Martinez, definitely not a happy look on his face. His team down by 12 still. Under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Montuano so far 3 points and 2 rebounds. Hasn't missed from the free throw line. That's 4 out of 4 now para kay Mark Montuano. Balik dito si Gabe Capasio para kay Makoy Marcos. 48-37 on Seng Kalamangan. Alano now with the rock. Galicia to the right side. Flores. Both guys down on the floor. That's Alfred and Daryl Manligues.
Very interesting matchup. One guy who is very quick and flashy, and another very physical guy, Daryl Manligues. Manligues pulled down. Oh, they'll be having a review. If there was an extra motion in that last play.
May takedown na nangyari based on the replay.
Flores actually pulled down. Ito si Daryl Manligues. But I don't know if prior to that, may ginawa ba si Daryl Manligues?
But there's a chance that it might actually be a double call.
Oh, yes.
That's why our referees are reviewing it sa ating replay table. 48-37 is the count here. 3 minutes and 28 ang nalalabi sa ating third quarter. Earlier, we had the Pasay Voyagers get a victory over the Bacolod City of Smiles. That's their second straight victory after winning against the Bataan Risers in their previous matchup. Right after this, the Pangasinan Heatwaves will be testing the mettle of the reigning and defending national champions, the Pampanga Giant Lanterns, on their home floor here at the Brenzy Giao Convention Center. Of course, the Heatwaves coming on the heels of a very dramatic finish to their last win against this squad, the Muntinlupa Cagers.
Saved by Hesed Gabo on that three-pointer.
Actually, it looked like the play was already going nowhere. First, he fumbled the basketball as he was trying to go between the legs and set himself up for a shot. He was able to recover and just launched it. He noticed that there was not much time remaining, and that cost Muntinlupa the ball game, bringing Pangasinan out of their misery. It has been that type of season for Coach Jerson Cabiltes and his squad, but of course, hindi pa huli ang lahat.
Oh, yes. A very talented squad. Has a lot of additions here in the season. And still, at the end of the day, you still have Coach Jerson Cabiltes,
Yes.
one of the guys who really knows how to win.
Number 3, Daryl Manligues is first. Upon review, it was an unsportsmanlike foul on Muntinlupa. Number 3, Alfred Flores is second.
There will be an unsportsmanlike foul on Alfred Flores for pulling down itong si Daryl Manligues. So, it's going to be 2 free throws for Valenzuela. The question is, where will that ball possession go?
But Manligues was also called for a foul.
Just a regular foul
Just
on
a
Daryl
regular
Manligues.
foul, yeah. So, I believe our referees are ready to give free throws para dito kay Daryl Manligues dahil nga penalty na dito ang Muntinlupa, which is one of the situations where Valenzuela can capitalize in the last 3 minutes of this game. So far as a squad, Valenzuela is now 14 out of 19 from the free throw line. Definitely way more attempts than the 11 of the Cagers. 2 out of 2 para kay Daryl Manligues.
They're actually the 10th free throw attempt of Valenzuela here in this quarter. So you really see the change in aggressiveness para dito sa Valenzuela.
Because of the unsportsmanlike foul, I also have ball possession here talking about Valenzuela. So this could be a 4-point swing, even a 5-point swing. But Hubalde missing From the outside, Montuano, I believe, was the one called for that personal foul. That's going to be number 3 against Mark Montuano.
It's a good box out by Gabe Capascio. Mark Montuano forced to really create space for himself there.
Muntinlupa basketball here. Wala pa naman sa penalty dito ang Valenzuela, but that is their last foul to give here in the period. Machon will come back in para kay Mark Montuano to try and stop him from getting his 4th personal here.
Haven't really seen a lot of J.R. Kenyan here in this ball game.
J.R. Sumido also hasn't been playing a lot yet para dito sa Valenzuela. Capascio. It's a screen from Alano. Galicia puts the ball on the deck. Ugsang right there with him. Tough jumper there. That's short. Look at Manligues go up for that rebound. Manligues goes to the left side. Ubalde will pull out. No, he'll cross back over to the baseline. And the end one for Paulo Ubalde.
Well, Paulo Ubalde has been playing terrific here in the 3rd quarter. He's been leading the pack and has really been able to make this big run, cutting the lead to only 7 and possibly 6.
He is featured in our play of the game, brought to you by Suzuki. Paulo Ubalde trying to take over this game para sa Valenzuela. This is just a 7-point lead. Bonus completed by Paulo Ubalde.
They put Pau in double digits with 10.
And this is now just a 6-point game, 48-42. A little extracurricular happening.
Oh, there's going to be another stoppage right here. They're looking at Justin Alano.
Alano does have a reputation for throwing unnecessary blows like that at times.
Gonna have to be able to see the replay to make sure.
Kasi kahit nung college, ganyan na rin talaga siya.
Sa Perpetual,
Yeah.
right? He played for
Yeah,
Perpetual.
Perpetual, yeah. Teammate niya ni Scottie Thompson.
He's really been physical. You know, that's what he's known for, whatever team he has played for.
Quick review by our referees.
Oh, I think there's no call.
They just really had to make sure. Whatever it is, maybe if there was indeed an attempt, baka di nga lang tumama, no? Pero pwede mo ba tawagan yun? Kumbaga parang pag may attempt.
Yeah, the motion itself is already callable. Lalo na if it's an unsportsmanlike motion. But since there's a non-call, so mukhang wala rin. And Justin is sure that he didn't do anything. He is very sure that he didn't do anything. So play will resume.
Alano will try to cool down at the bench first para sa Muntinlupa.
Gabe with playing point here.
17-8 ang ating score this quarter in favor of Valenzuela. 10 seconds remaining here on the shot clock of the Cagers. Ooh. Foul away from play. Laban dito kay Darren Manligues.
I've been trying to deny itong si Flores, trying for him not to get that basketball. Sumobra lang. The Cager got caged there.
Kanina pa nagbabangayan tong dalawang player na to eh. Alfred Flores and Darren Manligues. Speed versus speed at that point guard spot.
You know, they're the type of players where gusto nilang i-prove that they're much better than the other. So it's really gonna be a dogfight between them, which is actually very good because there's nothing extra. There's just really physicality between the two.
I mean, that's what you want coming from your players. If you're any head coach, obviously that competitive spirit really brings out all of your potential and the talent to come into play. Because without it, you're really just an average guy on the floor. 49-42. Valenzuela with a chance to inch closer. Ubalde, the pocket pass to Machon. Try to lob it inside to Rivog Sang. Di yata sila nagkaintindihan doon.
Good intention, bad execution. Rivog Sang was actually wide open on the inside. Pero yung pasa na yun, pang kay Lepalam yun eh. Hindi pang kay Ugsang.
Di niya siguro nakita na si Riv Ugsang pala yun.
Grabe na travel on Flores.
Arenal back to Alfred. Now they go to Makoy Marcos. Quick spin to the baseline and the reverse para kay Makoy Marcos.
Beautiful read by Makoy Marcos. That baseline was wide open for him. Saw the opportunity and took it.
Exactly 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Macion naunahan sa posisyon dun si Jacob Galicia. He doesn't believe that there should have been a whistle.
Let's watch this first. Saw the baseline. Got the spin, got the reverse. Makoy Marcos getting that 2 in that last possession. And then the next play, Cagers trying to cage once again. Itong si Mike Macion. They're really struggling without a natural center here. That's why they're putting in itong si Arenal. But they're much shorter, they're much younger. So Valenzuela is really trying to pound that ball inside.
Macion could not hit on the second free throw. The tap goes to Jasper Cuevas. They're going to set this one up. They're up by 8. Under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Armenion gives up the foul and Flores flashes a smile. He feels like nautakan niya dun si Andre Armenion.
Flores wants that ball. He's been asking for that ball. I think he likes that matchup against Andre Armenion. Now, compared to the other point guards, Armenion might not be the most physical, so Flores wants to take advantage of that.
Alfred Flores definitely not the type to shy away from greatness, especially after you've won multiple championships in the collegiate ranks. I've won multiple MVPs as well, playing under Coach Oji Gumatay at ICC. Ito si Alfred Flores. Macion, a little head and shoulder fake, trying to pulverize through the defense of RJ Arenal to no avail. Good job for Arenal to hold his ground. Lead back up to 10. Galicia turns the corner. Sees Cuevas there. Marcos waving away all of his teammates. He gets the better of the matchup against Dennis Santos. Makoy Marcos putting these veterans to school. Earlier it was Paulo Hubalde. Now it's Dennis Santos.
Taller defender. Same move, same result. Makoy Marcos, no problem. Watch this. At least 4 inches taller than him. A quick bump. Yet it's all talent. Para dito kay Makoy Marcos getting that too.
Using that body to shield the basketball away from the long arms of Dennis Santos. 1 minute and 16 seconds remaining sa ating third quarter. Magbabalik ang MPBL. Against Pangasinan, Marcos did way better than his season average of 9.3 points. He scored 17, 9 of them coming in the fourth quarter. More on Makoy Marcos coming from Miss Mika Besamis.
Makoy Marcos, as you guys mentioned, is very versatile, but it's definitely not easy for him, especially that in CSB he was more of a defender. Now he is slowly turning into that go-to offense guy for Muntinlupa. As a former swimmer, very athletic si Makoy, which could be one of the reasons why he can do anything like today. Javi Juanito.
Thank you so much, Mika. He actually does look like he has those swimmer arms now.
Oh, the swimmer back, the swimmer arms. And it's a really good base. If starting with swimming, you can actually go on to any sport you want. And having that base, talagang lalakas yung katawan mo at an early age.
Nag-elective ka ba ng aquatics na nasa UP?
No, I actually competed in swimming.
Ah, talaga?
Yes.
Swimmer ka rin pala?
All up until grade 5.
Buti di ka nalunod. Saan ka doon? Sa ano lang?
Sa kiddie pool.
Sa kiddie pool. Okay. Meron palang competition doon, no?
Pabilisan ng doggy paddle.
Meanwhile, Mike Macion trying to trim this deficit here. Muntinlupa drawing a foul against the Cagers. Macion sinks the first free throw. It has really been a struggle for Valenzuela to get near itong Muntinlupa They may go on some runs, but always Muntinlupa would figure the problem out sooner than later.
It's the consistency of what they're doing. Again, if they change the lineup inside, they're not able to stay consistent with the guys that are able to do well. Now that some guys troop to the bench, the next guys up were not able to sustain. Itong si Mark Montuano was able to play well. Mike Machon has not been able to contribute that much.
Marcos against Dennis Santos. Difficult look there. Oh, but that's a foul. Laban dito kay Dennis Santos. It just has not been that kind of night para dito kay Dennis Santos. Lots of lapses offensively and even defensively. Makoy Marcos, being the guy that he has to cover, has really given him a lot of problems.
You can't even see the youth in Makoy Marcos. He's playing like a veteran, posting up Paolo Jobalde, posting up Dennis Santos. This guy just has guts. We're talking about the confidence slowly but surely blooming para dito kay Makoy. Now he is showing it full time here in this ball game.
56-45. 11 ang kalamangan dito ng Muntinlupa. Santos uses the ugsang screen. Santos launches. That's off to the left. Definitely a push against Machon.
Creating space for himself. Mike Machon trying to get that offensive rebound. But as I told you, it's not been a solid night as well para dito kay Mike Machon. He is also struggling.
Napatawa tuloy dun si Justin Alano. Alam niyang naisahan niya dun si Mike Machon.
No, he was right in the good position. Itong si Justin Alano. So no other option for Mike Machon than just to really push out.
Alano though missing on the first free throw. Carl Brian Lakap is set to check in here for the Classic. 20.6 seconds to go dito sa ating third quarter. Alano misses both. That's a lane violation against Muntinlupa.
Could have been a chance for them to extend the lead to 13 points entering the fourth quarter. Justin Alano just could not get any free throw right there.
Well, now Valenzuela, they have the chance to write the final sentence of this third chapter.
At least get this into single digits entering the fourth quarter.
They move the ball from right to left. But Andre Armiñon committing a traveling there. Just when you thought that you were already going into your offense, setting yourself up for a good shot.
He was actually wide open on that end. So,
that hesitation definitely playing into that violation that he just committed. Now it's Muntinlupa's turn to try and make the final shot of quarter number 3. Flores to Ramirez. In, out, and back out again. Could have been a big shot para dito sa Muntinlupa, but still, the Cagers continue to hold the advantage here against Valenzuela.
No, they're still playing terrific here in this ball game. A few runs by Valenzuela here in the third quarter, but still Capascio, Marcos, and Cuevas were able to sustain their energy in the third quarter for them to be able to enter the fourth quarter with an 11-point lead.
36 points combined for those three guys. Cuevas, the floor general for Muntinlupa, making sure everything runs smoothly here. His team up by 11, 56-45. This third quarter score brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX. Presenting our Suzuki muscular and sporty fan of the game, just like the Avenus, do more and achieve more with a muscular and sporty scooter from Suzuki. The Avenus, oras na para magmotor. Welcome back to the live and continuing coverage of the 6th season of the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League here at the Valenzuela Convention Center in San Fernando, Pampanga, the culinary capital of the Philippines. Natikman naman na ba sisig dito?
Oh, yes. I remember playing one game here with isang panalay ako. And then
panalay player ka pala.
after that, I really wanted to try the sisig. It was great. It was amazing.
Yung panalay pala may midgets division.
Kids division.
Quarter scoring there on your screens. Valenzuela actually winning that third quarter, but maganda kasi ang na-establish na abante ng Muntinlupa in this game, and that's why despite them being outscored in that third quarter, they still continue to hold the advantage here against Valenzuela. Lock up from the outside. This could spark a rally para sa Valenzuela.
It's a good way to start the fourth quarter para dito sa Valenzuela. Lockup has been trying to get his outside game going, and finally that's going to be the first three of Lockup here in the game.
After scoring 9 3-point shots in their last game, that's only the third 3-point shot of Valenzuela sa laro na to. Oh, miscommunication there between Alano, Capasio, and Jasper Cuevas.
Gabe Capasio really trying to calm everybody down. A little bit of miscommunication kay Cuevas at kay Alano. It's part of the game, but they have to be able to get the rhythm back here.
And Daryl Manliguez scoring there para sa Valenzuela. 5 points pa lamang sa laro na to para kay Daryl Manliguez. Don't look now, this lead is down to 6. Marcos runs into a brick wall there, and Rivogsang Cuevas met by the defense of Daryl Manliguez. Tough shot, that's short. Montuano secures possession there para sa Valenzuela.
Slowly the youth of Muntinlupa is showing. This was a problem against Pangasinan. Let's see how much they learned in that last game.
Ogsang turns and fires. That's way off the mark. Montuano, remarkable effort on the save. However, he gets it to the wrong guy in Justin Alano.
Gabe Capasio doing a terrific job boxing out a much bigger Mark Montuano.
Alano looking for a teammate. He hands it off to Marcos. Shot clock winding down. Cuevas to the corner. Capasio trying to draw a foul there on Lockup, and that's a turnover. Capasio wanted a whistle. However, referee Jojo Belna says no foul.
Laka was able to get his balance right before bumping into Gabe Capasio, just enough for him to get that stop.
2 minutes gone by here in the fourth quarter. Lockup, not really the guy you expect to spark a rally here para sa Valenzuela, but he definitely did with that 3-point shot early here in the fourth quarter. Ogsang flashes to that free throw line. No good on the jumper. Ubalde taps it out from Errol Bongay's hands. Montuano is free. That's his spot. And that's money para kay Mark Montuano.
Too easy. No man right in front of Mark Montuano. That is a shot that he is going to take and he is going to make.
6 na puntos na sa laro na to para kay Mark Montuano. The biggest lead of the game was 12 para dito sa Muntinlupa Cagers. But Daryl Manliguez called for a block there, to his utter frustration and dismay. Congressman Eric Martinez has almost stepped onto the playing floor to really try and plead his case and make sure that the referees know.
Ay, hindi mahihiya to si Kong Eric. Whole season long, when he is disappointed with the calls, he will make everybody feel it, especially the referees.
Congressman Eric has a deep love for basketball, for the MPBL.
You see the growth of Valenzuela, as they call it, the basketball capital of the Philippines.
Manliguez leaves it for Ubalde. That combination, Manliguez and Ubalde, has really been beneficial para dito sa Valenzuela in the second half.
No, they started the third quarter with Manliguez and Hubalde. They did not start the game with that duo, but in the third quarter, it worked wonders. Here in the fourth, it is working wonders once again. Don't look now. This is only a 2-point game.
Imagine what you're getting with Daryl Manliguez initiating the play, setting up Paulo Hubalde.
It's usually Paulo setting up Daryl Manliguez in the third quarter. Now a reversal of roles, but still the same result, getting a basket.
You know, you have the speed of Manliguez in that initiation, and then the experience of Hubalde in finishing shots and making them. Just a 1-point lead for the Cagers, 56-55. Galicia, body to body with Mike Machon. Good rebound there by the Yakoman. Hubalde now with 7 rebounds in the game. Manliguez again, this time to Motuano. Basket and one again para sa Valenzuela. Mark Motuano this time getting the 2 points.
Comeback complete. Valenzuela now with a 1-point lead, led by Daryl Manliguez, Mark Motuano, and Paulo Hubalde. This trio has made a change in the third quarter in the second half.
Manliguez, though he may not be putting up those eye-popping numbers in the scoring department, it's his speed, his initiation, and his orchestration that has really boosted the cause of Valenzuela here in the fourth quarter. And Mark Motuano, one of the beneficiaries of those aforementioned qualities. Ito ni Daryl Manliguez. Motuano completing the 3-point play, the former All-Star, with 9 points in the game. More importantly para sa kanila, they are now in the lead by 2, 58-56. Timeout, Coach Mixon Ramos. Check out our fan of the game, brought to you by Jinky Skin. Naggagandang dilag dito sa Brenzigiao Convention Center. Featured in our Jinky Skin Beauty segment. We thank you so much for joining us. To everybody watching on MPTV Channel 98 on Signal, Satellite Channel 53 on Pilipinas Live, and on Facebook, as well as on YouTube. Mark Motuano, the former All-Star for the Bacoor City Strikers, the former Abra Weaver, now a part of the Valenzuela Classic, has made a good account of himself with this new franchise.
Now Mark Motuano, a very good addition, not just in terms of physicality, but how he leads all the other guys. A very vocal guy, tries to help the younger guys in really going to the right positions. And here in the fourth quarter, leading Valenzuela to this 13-0 run. Still scoreless for Muntinlupa here in the fourth quarter.
And the woes continue to compound here para sa Muntinlupa, turning that ball over right away on an illegal screen. Valenzuela with a chance to extend this 2-point lead. Valenzuela is 5 out of 8 here in the quarter, while Muntinlupa 0 out of 3. Now 6 out of 9 for the Classic as Machon hits one inside.
3 straight assists para dito kay Daryl Manliguez. 1 to Hubalde, 1 to Machon, and 1 to Motuano.
Much needed basket there para sa Cagers. Makoy Marcos breaking away from the defense and scoring inside. 4 minutes has now gone by here in the fourth quarter. And Ligues, he has been brilliant here in the final frame. Machon, that hook shot could not find the bottom of the net. Alfred Flores now with the rock. Wants to screen. No, he goes inside to Arenal. Arenal the handoff. Marcos from the outside. That's off to the left.
It's good defense being played by Pau right there. Not giving Marcos that shot attempt. This is a good time for Muntinlupa to regain their composure. They might be young, but they know that they can compete against a very talented team in Valenzuela. So they just have to be able to go back to the way they played in the first half.
Well, for them, they don't want a repeat of what happened against the Pangasinan Heatwaves, where they were in control most of the time, although it was definitely seesaw. Muntinlupa just showed that they controlled the tempo of that game. And here, the control of this game is slowly dwindling in their hands. Capascio will set the offense anew here for the Cagers. Flores di makakuha ng bola doon. Marcos ngayon may tangan ng bola. McCoy wants the isolation here against the smaller Manligues. Mantuano tries to help out. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Somebody has to take it. It's Flores. That rims out. Capascio drives on Daryl Manligues. That's definitely last touch on Daryl Manligues.
Good ball swing by Muntinlupa, but just better defense being played by Valenzuela. This is the kind of activity that we were looking for from them in the first half. They did not have this kind of energy, they did not have this kind of communication, but here in the second half, enough just for them to make this comeback.
Oh, you know what they say, sometimes it's not about how you start, but how you finish. But can they actually finish this game with this kind of effort? And, well, right now, they are continuing to do so. Daryl Manligues sustaining that with a reverse.
Daryl Manligues in the fourth quarter, 2 points and 3 assists. And, of course, just the pure energy he's putting here in the game.
Arenal, I thought that was a clean block upstairs, but of course, our baseline referee had better vision of that play.
Let's see if they will review. We haven't seen a review here in this whole ball game.
Are they going to challenge? It looks like they are convening here, talking about Congressman Eric Martinez and his staff. There's that beautiful reverse there by Daryl Manligues. Gorgeous finish for the Valenzuela guard. Congressman Eric Martinez does not elect to challenge. We have 4 minutes to go in this game. Arenal could not hit on the first free throw. The Cagers as a squad are now 12 out of 20 from the free throw line sa laro na to. 1 out of 2 para kay RJ Arenal.
Still a very manageable lead, only down 3 itong Muntinlupa. Still enough time for them to regain their composure. And who knows if they can still get this win here.
Explain to us, Juanito, what has been the difference here between the two squads?
You know, it's just Valenzuela waking up, playing their physical game, and they're really realizing that they have a big advantage on the inside. They're much taller, they play physical, and this is a very young squad. So once that they saw that advantage, talagang binaon nila yung bola sa ilalim, and now Mike Machon and Mark Montuano are enjoying their advantage inside. On the other end, there has been no answer in terms of their defense. Itong Muntinlupa, they have been struggling in denying that ball getting into the inside.
A much different team than what we saw in the first half, talking about the Muntinlupa Cagers, where they were very much in control of both sides of the basketball.
Oh, they really struggled against that zone early on. They were not able to get their outside shots going. Dennis Santos really struggling here in today's ball game. But good thing, guys like Daryl Manligues and Mike Machon, that duo, what we called last year, the Ma-Ma connection, the faces of Valenzuela in that last year, still trooping on and helping the squad here in this season.
Definitely a lot more positivity on the face of Congressman Eric Martinez after a lot of frustration in the first 2 quarters of this game, where his team was down by as much as 12 points. Now they are in the lead by 4. Arenal passes it off. Ramirez from downtown, too strong. Manligues has had a number of rebounds where he has really tried to pluck it out from the sky in this game.
And, you know, it's just really protecting that ball once he gets that ball. Nothing needs to be rushed, just making a good decision.
Machon, push shot is good. And who did that pass come from? Daryl Manligues once again with the assist.
What a fourth quarter being played by Daryl Manligues. This guy has been able to carry his team on his back. 21 big fourth quarter points para sa Valenzuela.
Muntinlupa only scoring 4 here in this period. Cuevas 6 to work with on their shot clock. Ramirez pops out. Somebody's got to take it. Cuevas, that's off to the right. The ball is moving, but not a lot of purpose.
Yes.
Para dito sa Muntinlupa. Oh, Machon beat his man to the basket there.
He has been eating inside. Quick post, single coverage, no denial. And Mike Machon is also enjoying this advantage in the fourth. Watch that again, that two-man game from Daryl Manliguez off that pick and roll. In the next play, quick seal, quick advantage, quick find. Galing dito kay Daryl Manliguez on the way to Mike Machon, extending that lead to 8.
Those are 4 of the 11 points scored by Machon here in the second half. He only had 4 in the first 2 quarters. 2 minutes and 44 remaining in this game. Our games on Saturday happening at the Polo Gym in Pola Oriental, Mindoro, the hometown of Mindoro Tamarao's team owner, Mayor Jennifer Ina Alegre Cruz. The Tamaraos will be facing the Imus Agimat at 8 o'clock p.m. The curtain raiser to that one at 4 o'clock p.m. We have Batangas City facing the Bicolandia Oragons. And in our second event, it's going to be Bulacan versus Abra at 6 o'clock. Back here inside the Brenzigiao Convention Center. That is definitely a needed basket for the Muntinlupa Cagers coming out of the timeout.
Very important 3 para dito kay McCoy Marcos. That play was executed to perfection. They wanted Marcos to get that basketball, and they were able to get that 3.
It's been a while since he's been able to score here para sa Muntinlupa dito sa ating fourth quarter. We now enter the twilight zone, the final 2 minutes of this one. Oh, Brian Lackup knocking it down from the outside. But again, the final 2 minutes brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball ending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX.
Sometimes all you need is an opportunity. No Payawal, no Santos. Lackup says, it's my turn tonight in getting this wing position.
8 points tonight para kay Carl Brian Lackup. McCoy Marcos continuing to fight for the cause here para sa Muntinlupa Cagers, 71-65.
McCoy Marcos trying to carry his team on his back. 22 big points para dito kay McCoy.
3 rebounds, 9 assists as well for the former CSB Blazer, who has already moved on from the amateur ranks. He is now a full-fledged pro. Oh, Cuevas! That could have been a walk. But referee Jojo Belnas quick to step in and signal an unsportsmanlike foul.
I don't think Pau really meant to extend his arm. Medyo na-delay lang talaga si Pau if you see it from that angle. But that is still a good call, as that is a dangerous hit by Paulo Hubalde.
Airborne na rin kasi yata si Cuevas when Paulo Hubalde hit him.
And Pau is saying sorry right here. I don't think he meant it. But still very dangerous. Galing dito kay Pau, and he just said sorry.
Sportsmanlike foul on number 0. Paulo Hubalde, second.
Kaya lang, ang nakikita ko dito, I think there is a danger that this might escalate into a disqualifying foul.
See here, a little delayed para dito kay Pau. See, it wasn't really meant to hurt, but because he got trapped in that screen, he needed to extend his right arm, but because Cuevas was already airborne, that is really a good call. That should be an unsportsmanlike.
He definitely was going for the basketball. Ooh, Cuevas seems to be in a lot of pain.
This could be a good opportunity for Muntinlupa to get probably a 4-point swing in this next possession. You get 2 free throws, the ball goes back, or will this be 2 free throws? Oh no, dapat. The ball will go back to Muntinlupa and the chance to get this to a 1 possession ball game.
The score is 71-65. 1 minute and 13 remaining sa laro na to. Valenzuela faithful here inside the Brenziguiao Convention Center shouting traveling. It could have been that kind of call. Pero ang tight rin ng situation
Yes. It's very, very hard to call there. But that also could have been a travel. Because he took 4 steps, ball fully in his hands. But pagpito nila, nangyari na rin yung airborne So, it's really a tough situation for the referees as well. That's why they're talking it out right here.
When, the stoppage continues here, Cuevas is still on the floor.
I think he got hit on the face. That is where it hurts. It's really the right hand of Pau. It's not the fall. Really the hit of the right hand.
Was it really the hit of the hand or yung pagtama niya sa baba?
Oh, we'll see the replay.
Siguro tumama siya dun sa ilalim ng ring.
Sa casing.
Oo.
Tignan natin.
Kasi when we saw the replay earlier, at least in my observation, parang di naman ganun kalakas yung tama. It was just really he was airborne kaya napasama yung bagsak. Alright, we're gonna take a short break here. At pagbalik natin, hopefully maayos na dito si Jasper.
Upon review, the last foul of Paulo Hobalde has been upgraded to a disqualifying foul. Paulo Hobalde is out of the playing court.
There you go. Richard Campos has already announced it. It is a disqualifying foul laban dito kay Paulo Hobalde. He is ejected from the playing floor, going out with 13 points, 8 rebounds, and 10 assists. It was a stellar performance para kay Paulo Hobalde, especially here in the second half. Unfortunately, our referees really had to dole out this punishment laban kay Paulo. Kasi Jasper was really in a bad situation there. At mukhang di na talaga siya makakabalik dito. He's still being tended to on the sidelines of the Muntinlupa bench.
You hope that Jasper is okay.
And definitely our thoughts and prayers go out to Jasper Cuevas. And Ramirez takes care of business on the 2 free throws, and Muntinlupa will get back the basketball here 1 minute and 13 remaining in this game. Yung sabi mo kanina, Juanito, this could be a good opportunity for them to get a 4-point swing. Maybe even a 5-point swing. Try and make this a 1-possession ball game.
Valenzuela has to be wary of McCoy Marcos. Their offense is relying heavily on McCoy.
Marcos with 22 points in this game, 9 assists and 3 rebounds as well. Oh, no more timeouts left para dito sa Muntinlupa. So Coach Mixon will have to do in this last 1 minute without any timeouts remaining. Flores using his speed against Dennis Santos. Sorry, miss. They get the ball back. Ramirez, short. Marcos gets the rebound. Tamayo somehow, someway finds an opportunity to get the pass to RJ Arenal underneath.
Those are all good shot opportunities. Just could not get the ball inside. But kudos to Muntinlupa for keeping their heart in getting those offensive rebounds at pagkakataon to cut this into a single possession ball game.
Right now is as Arenal was able to sink the first free throw, 71-68 now. This free throw brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Second free throw also good para dito kay RJ Arenal. 71-69. This is far from over, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on to your seats. Michael Machon and Valenzuela up by only 2 points here with 49.4 seconds remaining in this game.
No more Paulo Jobalde for the last 49 seconds of the ball game.
Jobalde, if you guys have just tuned in, has been ejected after the disqualifying foul that he committed against Jasper Cuevas. Here comes Carl Brian Lacap. Ball ends up in the hands of Dennis Santos. He is fouled.
Dennis Santos struggling in today's ball game, but still enough time for him to be able to make these free throws and contribute in the end game.
Santos is 1 out of 12 from the field tonight, Juanito. Only good for 3 points. That 3-point shot that he knocked down in the first quarter, that's been his only field goal of the game.
Averaging 14.5 points a ball game. Dennis Santos is the main scorer nitong Valenzuela. Just one of those days where nothing is going for you. But it's still a good opportunity for him to make stops here in the end game and give Valenzuela that win.
This is not a good time for you to be missing free throws if you're Valenzuela. Manliguez picks the pocket though of Muntinlupa. Oh, the Cagers losing an opportunity there.
What a ball game from Daryl Manliguez. He deserves every smile he is giving out here in the fourth quarter.
This fourth quarter has been a Daryl Manliguez show para sa Valenzuela.
Scorer giving out 5 assists, now getting a stop and a steal in the end game. Daryl Manliguez has really poured his heart out here in getting this comeback win against Muntinlupa.
He was that energy, he was that spark that Valenzuela needed to have against this Muntinlupa team that has really set the tone at the start of the game.
It's not yet a done deal. Kong
These free
Eric
throws, yeah.
making sure na isa lang, make this a 2-possession ball game.
Oh, 2 missed free throws. Flores gets the rebound. Tried to bump it off. Mike Machon, he gets it back. Flores against Manliguez. This has been a heated matchup all game long. They need a 3 here to tie. Flores hands it up. Marcos. He is fouled.
Oh, there's a call. There's a call. And this will be huge. That's why they were saying all they needed was 1 free throw. They could have actually fouled to actually only allow 2 points in that situation. But now McCoy will be given 3 opportunities on the line.
First free throw is good para kay McCoy Marcos.
Calm and
He is
composed.
8 out of 9 tonight.
Calm and composed. Obviously a foul right there hitting the hand of McCoy Marcos.
Second free throw is good. 72-71. Muntinlupa is 20 out of 28 as a team tonight from the charity stripe. Marcos, the last free throw, he misses. The rebound ends up with Mark Motuano, who was battled by Errol Bongay.
It's gonna be a jump.
And possession arrow points to Muntinlupa. The Cagers, again, they don't have any more timeouts here. 5.1 seconds. There is no opportunity for Coach Mixon Ramos to draw up a play here, but he will insert Gabe Capacio. There you see it. Montuano was able to get to it first, but Bongay didn't give up and forced the held ball situation. It's going to be a baseline throw in here. Anxious moments for these two squads. Both of these teams wanting to advance their playoff hopes.
2 guys you have to look at, Gabe Capacio and McCoy Marcos. These are the main scorers of Muntinlupa.
72-71. Is there a stoppage here? Coach Mixon quick to use this opportunity to huddle up his players now. At our referee saying, nope, balik kayo dyan.
Sinusubukan ko taka ni Coach ang ating mga officials, but just enough to check the time.
I'm sure kung nanonood si Coach Louie Gonzalez ngayon, natatawa yun ngayon. Flores to Capacio. Fakes out Motuano. Ooh, he steps on the baseline.
Oh,
what a
that
sorry,
will hurt.
costly turnover there para kay Gabe Capacio.
You can review that. Oh, timeout will be called by Valenzuela here to advance the ball and be able to get it on their side of the court. But that is a sorry turnover. That was actually a good shot opportunity. Everybody jumped on his fake, but just could not get the shot up because that foot stepped on the line.
If he was just one size smaller.
Probably mga size 12 to eh. And let's watch that once again. Look at that fake. And that left foot right there.
Very obvious, yep. No doubt in that. Napaganda pa doon ang depensa ni Mark Montuano. Boy, what a game this has been. Valenzuela could complete this monumental comeback with 2.9 seconds remaining. All they have to do is inbound the basketball and avoid any errors in throwing that ball in.
We have seen crazier things happen in basketball. Let's see if there is a miracle waiting to happen.
Again, 2.9 seconds ang natitira dito. Both teams with no timeouts remaining. Both teams are over the limit.
Smart for Valenzuela to put in one of their best passers in Andre Armenion. They just need to be able to get enough space and get that inbound in.
Armenion has Lakap, Montuano, Manliguez, and Santos to work with. That's a quick foul given up by Bongay.
Now this is very interesting. Only 1.5 seconds remaining. If they make both free throws, this is only a one-possession ball game. So does Dennis Santos miss the second free throw?
To let the clock
To
run.
let the clock run.
1.5 seconds. There you see the free throw story in this game. 22 out of 31 para sa Valenzuela. Muntinlupa is 20 out of 29. Dennis Santos has struggled greatly in this game. 1 out of 12 from the field, 0 out of 4 from inside the arc, 1 out of 8 from three-point country, 1 out of 2 from the free throw line. There you see Coach Mixon Ramos. His squad was in control of the game throughout the most part. But in the fourth quarter, Valenzuela making a huge comeback, led by Daryl Manliguez. But you know who started that rally para sa Valenzuela, Juanito? It was Carl Brian Lakap. That three-point shot of his started it all para dito sa Valenzuela Classic. A missed free throw on the first try para dito kay Dennis Santos.
And 2.7. This is still a lot of basketball time.
Now, do you try to miss, Juanito, or do you make this?
You know, I think it's better to miss this because the clock will run. But they make it. But this is enough time for them to be able to get a shot up.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, June Manzo made it happen para sa Davao in Bataan. Can McCoy Marcus do the same thing? Way off the mark. Not even close. And that will do it. What a game. Another heartbreak para dito sa Muntinlupa Cagers after suffering a tough loss against the Pangasinan Heatwaves last week at the Philoil Eco Oil Center. They suffer another one here tonight, this time at the expense of Valenzuela Classic.
The youth is showing in the second half para dito sa Muntinlupa, something they have to be able to move forward right away with. This is a young and hungry team that just crashes in the end game. But one thing that we have to commend in this game is Daryl Manliguez. This fourth quarter, they were down by 11 starting the fourth, but Daryl Manliguez just turned on his jets and provided so much energy here in the fourth and was the main man in carrying that comeback victory for Valenzuela here in today's ballgame.
May not have scored the most points in the game, but he definitely was the main catalyst of that huge comeback in the fourth quarter para dito sa Valenzuela Classic. Our best player of the game brought to you by Manny Pacquiao's MPBL. Also, we have to acknowledge the good performers para sa Valenzuela, Mike Machon, Paolo Hubalde, and Mark Montuano, who had 15, 13, and 9 points respectively to earn the 73-71 victory. Our final score brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX. Our best player of the game is at courtside with Mika Pisamis.
Maraming salamat. Kasama ko ngayon ang Manny Pacquiao's MPBL best player of this game, who was in disbelief na siya ang best player ngayon. Walang iba kundi si Daryl Manliguez. Daryl, alam mo, pag pinapanood ka namin, ang inaabangan talaga namin yung lakas ng katawan mo. Paano ka ba nagpapakondisyon? At saka napansin ko, compared to last season, marami ka ng ngiti ngayon sa mga games.
Ano ko lang yung pamilya ko. Yun yung sa kanila. Yung humingiti ko, lakas ng pamilya ko. Yun.
Daryl, matagal na kitang hindi nakita kaya gusto kita kamustahin. Kumusta ka naman dito sa bagong lineup sa season na to compared to last season na konti lang kayo?
Hindi na ako nahirap sa sistema namin kasi meron ng yung mga kuya na gumaguide sa amin sa loob at sa labas ng court.
Meron ka ba mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan, Daryl?
Binabati ko yung pamilya ko sa Makilala, North Cotabato. Sa mama ko, 66 birthday niya ngayon. Ma, happy birthday. Sana marami pang birthday daghan pang birthday ang maabot sa imong kinabuhi ma. Ug ginabati po na ako akong mga papa sa akong igsoon, mga kuya nako, mga igsoon ako nasa abroad, sa Gabi family, sa Soko, sa Sanchez, sa Umpad, o ito, BA Cargo, YPS Clothing Trading, Anytime Fitness, Accredited Wellness and Pain Clinic, Metroland Builders Corporation. Sa special thanks to Valenzuela 2nd District Congressman Eric Martinez tsaka ka Dr. Kat Martinez. Tsaka binabati ko po si Jordan Ora tsaka si Claire tsaka si Boss tsaka yung Moldex Group at tsaka yun, salamat.
Maraming salamat. I felt all that emotion from our Manny Pacquiao sa MPBL Best Player of this game. Walang iba kung hindi si Darrell Manligas. Have you, Manito?
Maraming salamat, Mika. Congratulations to Valenzuela for winning their 9th game of the season against 8 losses. Muntinlupa drops down to 5-11. Thank you so much for joining us. In just a bit, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have the Pampanga Giant Lanterns defending their home floor against the ever so dangerous Pangasinan Heat Waves. For my partner, Coach Juanito Gregorio, and our courtside reporter, Ms. Mika Abisamis, this has been Javi Palamnia. Keep it locked in here on the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.